Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be making chicken pot pie. Yeah, this is gonna be completely without a recipe, so it's just off the dome. Simple ingredients, just one chicken breast, a bag of mixed vegetables like peas, carrots, and green beans, and then some flour and butter with like assorted seasonings. Here I thoroughly wash and season the chicken. This time I slightly over seasoned it, which ended up being okay because the pie crust had no salt. But I'd say just be aware and lenient to not over salt things. I started cooking the chicken for 7 minutes, but it ended up being around 10, maybe 12 minutes, which is fine because the meat is soaking in the juices of the pie, so it's not gonna get dry or anything. The crust is made up of a cup of flour, a fourth cup of butter, and a really unknown amount of water. That was my biggest problem when making this crust, is that I added too much water. This is fine for me. I know most professional chefs would agree that when you're starting out, you need a recipe. However, I do not like to do that. And it can lead to mistakes like this. After the chicken's done cooking, you want to make a sort of roux. So don't clean that pot. Leave what's in there and put some water and butter in there. Once it gets thick like this, you know you're ready to pour in your vegetables. So I just put a random amount of vegetables. I put what looked right. I didn't really measure anything for this, but I'd say maybe half a cup. I added some water here because it was a little too thick. While it is true that following a recipe will result in a more consistent product, it doesn't necessarily follow that doing it yourself is bad. Doing things like this helped me make mistakes. When I put in the pie crust, I realized it was a little too thick and it could have been rolled out. Yes, I could have followed instructions and I could have read a recipe, but I wouldn't have had the experience to know that everything else I did was perfect the way I did it, and this is the one thing I need to change. Now when I make it in the future, it will be completely unique and taste just like I like it, with this one detail change to make it perfect. I don't have a rolling pin, so as long as something's round enough, you can use it as a rolling pin. This water bottle is something that I keep in my kitchen. I use it to hold oil, so I don't really take this out. I wouldn't use a water bottle you take out to roll something like this, only something you keep in the kitchen. I'm putting the pie crust in for about, I'll say 5 to 10 minutes first, so it can get crisp up so that the filling doesn't mess with it. So I'm gonna put this in for 5-15 minutes, and then I'm going to put the filling in and then the tops on. After filling and covering the pies, you want to add small holes for air to come out. And here they are, fully cooked. So there were some problems with cooking. I started the heat at 325, realized it was too low, and then cranked it up to, 425. So yeah, added 100 degrees to it. But here it is. It was kind of hard to get out, so like I ripped it a little. But I'm gonna try. Okay. So I realized I put absolutely no salt in the crust. You don't need a lot of salt in the crust, but you just need a little bit. Also, the bottom crust is too thick. The top crust is actually perfect. So I use different methods to put them in. I kind of just press the bottom crust in, whereas I flatten the top piece and laid it on. I think if I would have done the other method, it would have been better, flakier, crunchier. Also, if I didn't change the temperatures like I did, it would have come out flakier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat 2 of them, and I'm going to freeze them and reheat them tomorrow to see how they work, because I really want to try this for a like kind of reusable snack, you know? Like, this is small, this is cute, this is easy to carry with me. I want to like have a lot of those.